Everything Works Out at the End was a song that took a little while to come together, and part of the reason for that was the verses just took a little while. The original acoustic guitar demo, I remember just like recording that on a phone demo. And then when we came to record it, I tried to replicate that sound, and the phone demo was just better.
It's just so crazy how much you can do with a synth now. You can kind of have a nothing sound and then put some different processing, and it's really, really fun. And being able to think about that for a whole album, you just kind of need to sit and play, which is why doing it from home was great, because there wasn't really any time constraints. You could just kind of sit in the little coal shed, the Cobweb, and just play around until you felt like you'd made something cool. And then the great thing about it, now we can kind of take that on the road and still have those same sounds and play them live.
Hey, Suk. So the recording on the album is just the phone demo of this song. I think that has become my favourite on the album because of that as well.
I think where sort of growing up, you're watching drum covers on YouTube where drummers are really flashy and everything's about them. Actually, when you're in a band all together, it's actually, well, I just need to play this, like this rhythm is strong enough rather than putting a flashy fill in. So actually, less is more was the big takeaway for me.
This song is influenced a lot by some of our favourite bands like Fleet Foxes, that kind of indie folk sound. And then a lot of like the overdriven octave guitar parts that we use the Pog for. They're really like a kind of Bombay Bicycle Club kind of sound, which we wanted to blend those sort of sounds together to make this tune.
It was kind of important that it was relatable to anyone. I think it's the whole point of the album is to be like everything's going to be okay. And if it's not okay, it's not the end, kind of that everything works out in the end mentality. What Ethan writes is very his experiences, but how he's feeling, what he's going through, but from a very accessible place. It's not kind of, it's the whole point of music is to my mind, is like a shared experience. It's you listen to a song and see bits of yourself in everything going on.
The album has a lot of hope. It's a very optimistic album, and I think that's best exemplified in this song.
I wanted to finally put a song together that just had a straight groove the whole way through and sort of let the lyrics do the talking rather than anything musically that we did, which I think was quite a common theme throughout all of my drumming on the album. Was I kind of wanted everything else to fit in and my drums just be right. This is what it is. Yeah, there's no fancy feels in it. It's quite simple but effective.
It's probably the best thing I've ever done. Yeah.
Most of our friends and I go bowling.
Bowling, beers, and most of my fans.
Bowling, beers, and most of our friends is about when you come home from whether when you've been at university. In our case, Chessa and I moved back to my hometown through the pandemic.
In bowling, there's a sort of digital, almost the kind of sound effects that you would expect in a bowling alley that we put through on the synth. And again, being a counter melody that goes against the rhythm. And that's really, really fun to do. It's fun to play live because it's kind of fast and twiddly. And yeah, that's good.
Bowling was always a good one, I think, but that was because it was the first song that we did. And it's weird, if I ever go bowling now, I just think of our song Bowling, which is weird.
So we had some kind of flute sounds and trying to bring in some of those kind of natural sounds. And then other sounds that we put through lots of processing that might have been more of a natural sound, but then with the processing kind of matched the kind of different tones of the guitars that worked really well.
The song itself is about when you have moments when you're doing the things you really love and trying to be around the people that you care about the most, to take your mind off the fact that you don't know what you're doing still. The chorus line of we're still thinking things through just feels like that sums up a lot of what I was going through in my 20s. The song name, which I think is still a bit silly, but it's just about the fact that I love bowling. Bowling's super fun. So, yeah.
I don't think Ethan's invited any of us bowling since writing this song.
I think it was a statement, that's that now. I'm done bowling with you guys now.
Obviously, none of us are in that most of my friends. Bowling, beers, none of Bottlemoth.
Bowling's pretty fun, isn't it? So's beer. Friends, not so much. The TV show's good, but is it? Yeah, it is. Yeah.
The juxtaposition of it being quite an upbeat, happy-go-lucky song against this kind of more serious tone. There's a couple of moments through the album that are like that as well, but this one probably the most. And I think back to like our old projects that we've been in, and one thing from those projects is that it always had a bit of cheek to it. And so this is maybe the little nod to those older days too. And being on a coming-of-age record, maybe that's why it's important to be there as well.
Having to sit there with nothing and try and work out what it was going to be initially was quite daunting, but now I love doing it, kind of sitting in the studio with the guys and working out different things and making different sounds. It's just been so fun.
Actually, what a big thing that I will take away is actually looking at more drum tones and different studio sounds that I actually think, yeah, I want my kit to sound like this. I knew that I wanted a slightly drier crash cymbal, then quite a big washy cymbal to go over the top just for those added accents.
There is a very cool loop in this song on the guitar that when we try to play it live now, because it's in a weird count, still kind of throws us a little bit.
I think the nicest thing about writing an album with your friends is they kind of send you, especially Ethan, or primarily, a demo track of, you know, his thoughts and feelings put into a metaphoric guise, and it's just nice to kind of hear what your friends are going through and relate to them. Everyone goes through the same kind of things in life. It's amazing when you listen to a band and hear that those themes are universal.
Bowling started from the chorus, and then everything else around it, I wanted to create something that kind of had that really drivey war on drugs sound. Yeah, that's where the ideas stem from.
There are certain songs that like reach people on a personal level when you speak to them. So connecting with those people has been really special. That's like the best thing we can have as a band is to have people like personally reach out to us and like talk about how it's affected them. That's why I'm in the band, to be honest.